Obviously, we dug ourselves a big hole, tried to fight our way out, but when you're trying to fight your way out of that kind of deficit, you really got to make every shot to do it. And the bottom line is, I know people don't want to hear this because you're going to ask me about our offense. But what I'm gonna tell you is a math quiz, okay? If Ohio State scored 27 in the first half and we'd have held them to 27 in the second half, we'd have won by 2. So we're capable of that. And as a coach, you got to know what your team's capable of. So right now, I've been trying to tell everybody that just because we were Cincinnati and I'm standing on the sideline, we're not as good defensively as we were last year. And they shot 55% in the second half. We had some egregious breakdowns. They did not give us easy baskets. We gave them too many easy baskets. They made some hard shots. Sure, the 3 at the end of the shot clock was backbreaking. Woods hit a couple of really tough jumpers in the first half, but that goes on in the course of a game. I'm sure we made a few hard ones too. They got more easy baskets than we did. That's why they shot a higher percentage than us. Our post defense wasn't what it needed to be. We're off balance in the low post. A couple times we have no weak side help. I just got to I've got to do a better job with Trey and Nas in particular. We had a guy play 28 minutes without deflection. So we're not near where we need to be on either end of the ball. But my disappointment would lie because kids are trying. We missed some layups in the first half. Kids aren't trying to miss layups. Defense, you don't have to shoot the ball in the basket. We had some terrible breakdowns. We're leaving our feet for every shot fake. We don't do that in practice. So those are the things I'll be most disappointed about. But I give Ohio State credit. Again, I appreciate them playing. I think the game's great for both of us.
Mick, you mentioned the 3 being breaking. I think you were talking about CJ's over Trey. In that situation, if Trey is conscious of the clock, is that the issue?
Doesn't get it off. If you're conscious of the clock, you're guarding the guy with your hand up. Your knees are bent, but your hand is up. Your hand's down, he shoots it, then you put your hand up. So again, but I stress this because I don't want things going out the wrong way. It's my job to coach them. So if a guy's not, in a situation, I obviously haven't done a good enough job with late clock, that's my job to get him to do that. So, but that wasn't the game.
Right.
Tough, obviously a tough play for us. But what I would always point to is when I watch the film are going to be layups where we don't match up in transition. Layups where we lean on Caleb Wesson and he just spins baseline. We're off balance. He spins baseline, shoots a layup. Like we don't guard each other that poorly in practice. Like we never guard each other that poorly in practice. We haven't thrown a lob. We front the post a lot. We haven't thrown a lob to a guy that caught it and laid it in like they did in the second half ever since June 8th when we started summer workouts. So like those are and then some bad fouls in the first half. They made 6 straight free throws. Some bad fouls. Just letting the team parade to in a slugfest, you can't give away layups and free throws. We're just not. We don't have enough firepower right now on offense. Obviously, with Kane going 1 for 10 and Jarron Cumberland sitting on the bench, we don't have enough firepower. So what we're capable of, though, in my opinion, is being much better defensively. So.
Can you discuss the importance, Mick, of finding a second option after Jarron?
I knew it was coming. Yeah, but look, the guys on the team are the guys on the team. Trey Scott is way better than he played tonight. He just is. But, again, it's his first start of his college career, and he's playing in a game against a really good team. He's overhyped up, and he's just a better player than that. You know, I think he'll get better as he gets minutes. Same with Nasir Brooks. You know, Kane Broom has got to shoot the ball with more arc, and haven't done a good enough job of getting him to do that. But it's a process. So I guess what I would tell you, it's a process. You got to get some. Like Jarron Cumberland wasn't who he is the first year he played. You know, he came off the bench, and he had a lot of games where I couldn't even keep him in. He was so lost defensively. So, you know, we just got to get. I think as guys get more comfortable, whether it's the guys I mentioned or Keith Williams or Trevor Moore, Logan Johnson, Rashawn Fredericks, as guys get more minutes and get more comfortable, I think they'll give us more production. I promise you that I'm right on what I'm telling you, though. I promise you. You look at my track record. I promise you I know what I'm doing. I promise you. I sat next to two guys. Well, Hugs will be in the Hall of Fame if they're smart. And I've rebuilt 2 programs. You can't give up layups and free throws and win. You just can't do it. Especially when you're struggling on the offensive end. You really can't do it in a game like that. It's just too hard to dig yourself out.
You feel like the pressure to make up that offensive deficit in the second half led to some of those defensive lapses, or was it something they did?
I just don't think we're good enough defensively. I think, but I will say this, though, because I don't like when coaches go in and just kill their own team. First of all, it's my fault. Second of all, you know, they threw some good passes and some kids hit some tough shots. You know, they knocked down some shots. They had some guys, you know, Luther Muhammad's a kid that I know well. He's a good kid. You know, he's 2 for 3. He's not a three-point shooter. He's a slasher. So you give him credit. Shot it in. At the end of the day, he shot it in.
Anything else? You talked a lot about rim protection. 7 block shots. Did you feel better about that?
I think sometimes when that's because you're getting beat too much. I don't like us leaving our feet when we're the primary defender. You got to block shots as a help guy. So, but with too many times when we're the primary defender, you got to wall the guy up. He's faking you. They do a good, you know, they got solid guys. They're going to stay on their feet and fake you. You got to block shots when you're the rotation guy. We did a decent job of that. I think we did. You know, the kids played hard. Look, our guys try. We got a lot of work to do. We got to clean up a lot of stuff. We got kids with good attitudes. But when you're the thing about doing this though is because you know Tom Izzo always plays hard games early. He always says it's because he wants to know how good his team is, or he also wants to know what he needs to work on with his team, and his team will listen when they lose. So we just got to keep, you know, that's how I got to approach it. You lose, you know, and that's just what we got to do. Look, that's who we are this year. Got a lot of guys that with inexperience, they got talent though. So I got to stay with them, and I got to keep getting them better. That's my job.
The Jarron foul trouble you kind of talked about in this
Brutal
season.
in a you know, at this time of year in a game like that, it's brutal. But again, like you know, I'll leave you guys with this. It's a math quiz. Give up 27 in the first half. You hold them to 27 in the second half. You win by 2, or you at least would have had it. You know, the game. Point being, you have a chance to win. So, I know everybody's going to run out of here and say who's the second scorer, but I get it. I understand that.
Is 27.5, is that an expectation for you?
Oh, we've been doing that for a long time around here, my friend. Long time.
64 though, it's not like
Give up 37 in the second half, 55% from the field. I'd be fired by now if we did that every game. I would not be the coach here. If we averaged giving up 55% in the second half of home games and 37 points a game, I'd have been long gone, buddy. I'd have been long gone. I promise you. Thanks, guys.
Jarron, how hard was it for you to watch from the bench most of that first half? It was hard. I mean, I had to keep cheering my guys on to keep them in the game and let them know I'm there for them too, even though I was in foul trouble.
In the second half, did that give you more determination to do something to make up for that?
Oh yeah, I feel like I owed them a lot, and they could have used my help in the first half. Second half, I gave them more. I had more. I could have given more than what I gave, and we didn't have a lot of defensive stops when we really needed them.
Jarron, coach has talked about you having to avoid foul trouble this year. You feel like they were going after you and trying to get fouls early on, or was it just flow of the game?
Flow of the game. I mean, first game, refs were early to blow their whistle. Just picked up 2 dumb fouls.
Jarron, is this one of those games where obviously you feel like you hit a couple more shots, this is your game to win tonight?
It wasn't just with offense; it was more with our defense. We didn't get stops when we really needed them, and we fouled them when we didn't need to foul them. We gave them 3 points.
Coach Holtman said the environment was probably even more than he anticipated. Was that environment tonight, first regular season home game, was it more than you anticipated tonight?
Yes, I mean, I was expected a good environment. It was loud. I mean, some of the stuff that Coach called I couldn't hear, but it was a good environment.
Are there any pivotal moments, good or bad, that stick out to you in the second half where you feel like the game turned one way or another?
It turned our way when we started to get defensive stops, and then we just stopped working on defense, and that's when they get a layup or a free throw. They just pick up a foul.
Anything else?
You had talked all offseason about the offense being built around you. Did you notice anything different in the way they played you defensively than maybe you've seen in the past?
Yes, there's a lot. It's a lot different, just because knowing a lot of teams are going to key on me and try to get the ball in my hand.
How much does it hurt to lose this game because it was your first game in this field?
It hurts a lot. It hurts a lot. I mean, I don't like losing, period. So it doesn't matter if it was the first game or the last game. I don't want to lose.
Both teams are obviously going through some, I don't want to say rebuilding, but putting new faces out there and guys finding new roles. What was it like preparing for Ohio State as you kind of scouted them, and how did they match up to what you saw on film or as prepared?
We prepared really well for them, actually. We just didn't come out and do what we had to do. I mean, they're a young team. We're a young team. I feel like we had more people on our team that was more veterans. We just didn't do what we had to do to win.
We're good? Thank you.
Thanks, Jarron.